Alright, today I'm going to show you how to replace a rear wheel bearing on an Aztek, a Rendezvous. This will also work on the Montanas. I think they're pretty much universal throughout several of the models, like the Ventures and Silhouettes and Montanas, and maybe even Aleros and Grand Dams. It should all be pretty similar. I think the designs are basically a lot alike. I'm going to jack this side up here and swap the tires too, rotate the tires. So get that done, and then show you what it's like behind that brake drum and what all you got to replace and remove in order to get that wheel bearing out of there. Alright, I have the tire off. I went ahead and rotated the tires. I put the back one on the front, and I'm putting the front one on the back here. Alright, let me show you how I've got all this supported and set up here. Got one jack here, jack stand there, jack stand around the axle, and that right there. Several areas to keep it supported, so it's not going to go anywhere. Actually, all the weight's on the jack stands, and these are just like fail-safes. So, alright, next thing to do is take off brake. I'm a little stubborn here. There it goes. I'm not too bad. This one here is the one that was grabbing. So I'm thinking it's not really so much as the brakes as that it's the wheel bearing has gone bad. And if you can see through there, back through there is the 4 bolts that hold it on. And it looks like it should slide out without having to remove the backing plate for the brake system. Am I looking at this correct? That would be cool. Doesn't sound too bad, but I know this thing here is grabbing, so may as well replace it. It's the original one. Alright, move on to the next step, which is going to be removing these bolts here and trying to get this thing slid out. Alright, listen to this. I think I hear trouble. Maybe you can pick up on that. But yeah, whenever I spin this, I'm hearing some rattling, so I'm guessing this thing's bad. It's got all the symptoms of what's bad, and yep, I'm going to get this thing replaced. It kind of has a vibration above 70 miles an hour. Unknown origin. Whenever you hit the brakes, it kind of has this grinding sound. But I know the brakes are good because I've redone these brakes a couple times thinking that I may not set them right, but no, it's the actual bearing. Get that thing replaced. Should have a much smoother ride. I'm going to do both sides as well. So get this taken off, show you where I'm at. .13mm bolts holding these on here. One. Down to the next one, and break them free and just go around and pull this thing out. Next. Alright, they're all loose. Now all you got to do is make sure you unhook these fasteners back here and then disconnect the loop right there. The whole backing plate does come loose whenever you take that out of there, so just be mindful of that. I'm going to unhook this and get my other one all set to go. Alright, here's my new piece. I got these from Rock Auto. I got each one for $45. Rear wheel bearings from Rendezvous. They were on closeout, which was a good deal. Looked pretty good to me. I'll hook that thing in there. And here's my old one. Dirty. Yep, I had these shipped to me from Rock Auto. I think it ran me about $100 for both of them, which not a bad deal. I can get it out without breaking it. Alright, I'll snap all that in there and get it bolted down and let you see what it looks like. This ain't just but a few minute job. Should have no problem getting this one done. Any do-it-yourself guy can do this. Heck, you can probably buy all these tools for what they'd want to do the job here. This is easy. Alright, get it bolted on. Alright, here's how I did this. I just put a single bolt all the way through there, kind of tighten this down a little bit, and then just shook this bottom end and it just snaps in place. You can lift it up until you see it go through there, and just put on a few threads and then start all the bolts on there, making sure they all go through there when they line up when you get ready to tighten them down. And finish tightening them down on there. Set your drum back on, and then your tire, set it all down, and you're ready to roll. So let's move on to the next step, getting all these bolts put on there. Brake drums back on there, everything's tightened up. Time for the tire to go on there, and I can set it down from the jacks, and that is it. That's all that you got to do in order to remove a rear wheel bearing on a Aztek, Venture, Montana, Grand Am, Alero, whatever you got. Pretty much they're all the same. So pretty simple, straightforward fix to removing these rear wheel bearings. Alright, I just jacked up on this one jack right here, which is back here as to where I've got it mounted or set up at for this jack. So I just jacked that one up and then pulled the rest of my supports and safety floor jacks on there. So now I'll set this down, retorque all the wheel bearing, not the wheel bearing, but the lug nuts on here, and that's it. That's all you got to do to fix one of these. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But if you do have any questions, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. So let's see what's in store next. I know I got to replace a thermostat on this thing because whenever I replaced it the last time, I put a few holes in it, and now it's overcooling. And the reason I put the holes in it is because I was going across the desert and didn't want it to get too hot. Now I got to go ahead and put a regular thermostat in there. Anyhow. Alright, that'll be for another video though.